Well, good afternoon. This is my presentation of the model learning outcome 2 for the Intermediate Business English class. So, my research was made by the FEMSA group here in Mexico that in order to give you an idea of the size of this company, I'm going to give you some background first. It's it recognized itself as a consumer enterprise that is leader in Latin America with global operation in 13 countries. And one of the most interesting things is that he it rules all of her work around two main principles. That is generate economic value wherever he's placed that in any of their countries, and also is generate social value. That is something very interesting since most of the companies that we know they talk about making money. So it was founded in 1890 and was considered always as the top of the industrial wherever he's participating. Why do I mention this? Because in all these years it has owned very different companies and he has worked in very different sectors. So that's why uh, he has named itself as a company that always tries to make value instead of just mentioning or focusing on one area. It started in Monterrey City as in, with a small brewery. It was 70 employees and two administrative persons, people. So since then, he has been growing, and is now a very large group. That uh, one of the things that make them bigger is that he decided to be in the bottling industry, mainly with Coca-Cola, and now is the largest bottler of Coca-Cola around the world. That's a very interesting thing. And the other main thing that he's focusing is that he's the second largest investors of Heineken. As you may know, Heineken is one of the largest of the leader brewers in the world, and it has presence in 70 countries. So, I mentioned before, he has operations. FEMSA has operations in 13 countries, but with its investment that it has in Heineken, it also operates in 70 countries. So that might let you know how big it is. A few years ago, he developed the concept of OXO. You can see it all over Mexico. He has almost 18,000 small convenience stores, and the countries that he's having operations is Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Uruguay, and Venezuela. So as you can see, he serves most important countries in Latin America. One of the things why I choose this company is because he has an ethic code, and you can find it at the internet in his website. And he is very clear about the conduct of all the people, from all the workers, all the administrative persons, all the purchasing persons. It has special chapters for each one of them. So it's very interesting to see that he tries to line up everybody who's working with. Uh, as I mentioned before, it's a guide for all workers. And one of the reasons that he has these ethic codes is that it helps out in any ethic conflict because whenever is this happens, you can consult the ethical, and then everybody has to know it. So you know how to behave, how to make a relationship with the other uh, departments or wherever you're working at, and even with people from other countries. So it's very interesting that they have all this set and placed in his ethic code. And one of the interesting things is that he's renewing it every 2 years. So it um, keeps maintaining always according to the conditions that the world is living wherever he's placed that. And in one of the things that we were asked for is to talk about if it mentions anything about diversity and inclusion. And he has a special chapter for this point, and he is very clear how does he consider these things about human resources. And I'm going to read what it says. It says, we promote diversity and inclusion, trying to attract diverse talents that has the same rights and obligations according for its position. And we do not discriminate people by any motive, including origin, color, caste, civil status, age, opinion, gender, creed, association, social or economic class, pregnancy, sexual identity, discapacity, or nationality. As I mentioned it before, he tries to renew his ethicals every 2 years. So this is one of the things that set new, not because it didn't mention it before, but since it has become very important in our in nowadays, he placed it on a special chapter to be clear about its position about diversity and inclusion. So it's very clear for everyone who works there, reads it, what is the position and how everybody has to behave and receive any people that we start working with or have relationship with companies. So as I mentioned it before, um, I'm going to mention some numbers of the size of the company to give you a better idea how large it is. It attends to 290 million consumers every day. It has 18,000 auxils, as I mentioned it before. It has 297,000 workers in Latin America. Can you imagine how big it is? So, um, as you might see, it's a very serious company, and so to give security to every investor that he has is he is part of the sustainability index Dow Jones, um, and also sustainability IPC Mexican trade values. So everybody can be um, very confident about how it's gonna be watched and behave wherever he's working at. So if another data that I didn't mention, since I'm a worker there and in one of the smallest companies, but one of the things that are more important too, and I want to mention that uh, it's very clear that the people that apply had to go through a very serious process of selection because the way the environment that we have around the offices is they have high standards of responsibility. They are very clear about the things that you have to do, how to behave, and how to treat every other coworker. One is named one of the best places to work in each country. Big possibilities of personal development that has happened to me, and permanent education programs. As you can see, I'm studying a degree here, and the company is paying for it. And it's well known as the one of the best places to work. The studies and co-workers experience and have to be always treated with high respect, high demand, and this is something that is being repeated to us every 3 months uh, by the by the directors. Is always sharing the results. They are always expecting of you to behave and to get the best of you in order to make a better company. So this is what my study was about. I hope I can be clear. I hope this can get a good degree. Thank you very much.